and welcome to whatever we're doing today. Doing live readings, live free tarot readings. By the way, in case you're wondering what that is on the table, that is, let's see, did I color correct this one? Yeah, it did. Wow, that looks good color corrected. That is the Echoes of Nature Oracle. In case you're wondering, we're in the final rounds. We're in the final round of the Echoes of Nature. If you want this deck, you need to go get it. Bonita, hello. How is it going? How are you? And Madam, how are you as well? Jocelyn, welcome back. Hey. Lay, welcome back as well. Lightning Lotus, what a great name. By the way, I got a new microphone. So I was using the literally worst microphone available, which cost about, I think, $20-something. But now this one is much, much better. So hopefully it sounds good. I assume you can hear me drinking my water. Wendy Norton, hello. Hello from the UK. Wendy says, hello from Texas, back. Larry, welcome back. How is it going? Yeah, I have a bunch of updates. We're going to post new updates every day, but this one is super, super crunchy, very optimized in Photoshop. This actually looks as good as it does in person. By the way, this one is 5 feet tall. This painting is 5 feet tall. Again, that is the Echoes of Nature. We're rounding it down. I think we got 20 days to go, and then it will be off Kickstarter and unavailable. So if you want one, grab it. It comes with 72 cards. It's an Oracle deck. All right. Ursula, hey, how's it going? Dominica, how are you? Stephanie, hey, how are you? Coco Bunny, Nikki, hello. Miss Tony, hello. Refinement Alston, hello. How is it going? And Erica joined us. Is everyone doing good? It is Wednesday, hump day. I'm ready for Friday. Emily says, I watched your latest news video. Looks like we're backing a lot of the same decks on Kickstarter. You know it. I'm always excited about tarot. I don't know why it is. I'm always excited, for sure. Got a couple of new features on the stream. One is a new microphone. So hopefully I sound good. Another is people that want private readings have a dedicated thing. You can get private readings. I'm very reasonable. That's where you go. And other people ask about a list a lot of the time. So I have a new graphic. There's no list. Just like what is it? Tick, the Tick says there's no spoon. There's no spoon. So there's no list and there's no spoon. Emma, how is it going? My company, we'll see. How will my company do with finances this year? That is a good question. Let's try that out. Let's try that. I go to the, well, we don't have a job screen. Actually, I made a job screen, but I don't like it. So we won't do that. Find out. Hopefully I'm feeling better. Yes, I'm feeling better. By the way, I eat only fruits and vegetables. So my immune system is like the Avengers. So like whatever it was last night that was hitting me, I think the Avengers just like stomped it away. Let's see. Will tarot be a success for me? Appreciate my sign. Employer and the tax man. Emily, just watch this. Let's see. Where did I go? Will tarot be a success for me? So excited. First time watching. Hello. Emily wants to know what will be the outcome if I put in a resignation. All right. Emily, should I resign? All right. Emily. Now, of course, this is for entertainment purposes only. Please don't resign or don't stay at your job based upon what some random dude says on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? The random dude, because I only eat fruits and vegetables and water. I'm really boring, but that makes my immune system like the Avengers. So whatever I had last night just got stomped, and I feel much better today. So it's looking better. It's looking better. Outlook is good. Outlook is good. The kitty says it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. We got a new microphone. Hopefully I sound good. If I don't, then that was a big waste of money. So let's find out about your job. I'll put one more card in there. So what happens if you do resign? I assume that's what the question is basically. Of course, this is entertainment purposes only. Again, you know, that's looking pretty good. I'm not, I'm not recommending resignation, but I'm saying it's looking pretty good. I think that you have other, I think that you have other jobs opportunities. Obviously, if either you're going to resign, retire. I assume if you're retiring, you would have said retire, but you did say resign. So I assume you have another job lined up. It does look very promising as far as resignation goes. We have a better, it almost seems like that you don't like the job a lot. They're not using you as well as they should. That sounds terrible, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, they're not utilizing you as well as they should. I don't think they understand your talents. I don't think that they're putting you in the correct spot for what you're good at. It almost seems that they just need a warm body there, and you're the person that's there. But that does look good. We have the Six of Coins as well. I'm kind of wondering if you have some type of money income on the side, because the Six of Coins does point to that income, or does point to a bit of money coming in, and that's looking promising as far as that as well. And we do have another six, the Six of Cups. Now this is sort of a joining of minds, or sort of a joining of emotions, and I think that you have maybe something lined up as well, because this Six of Cups followed by the High Priestess almost is like that you have something ready to go after you resign, and you're wondering, if you resign, is the grass going to really be greener on the other side, or is it a situation where you're going to resign and go into a much worse situation? But as far as the cards go, I think it's looking very promising as far as resigning and getting something else, or resigning and moving into something else. I really don't see anything negative at all for this. It's really interesting type of thing going on here. I see absolutely nothing negative. It's all 100% positive, and you don't really see that a lot. I mean, the tarot has plenty of bad cards, right? Tarot has plenty of cards that can be reversed and maybe not the best, but it's almost like everything in the spread is being treated well by every other card. Every previous card in the spread is really sort of decorating almost the next card. You just have this beautiful lineup of flowers, good news, more flowers, greenery, and people that are happy. So overall, that looks very promising. But again, don't make career decisions based upon a dude that eats fruits and vegetables and nothing else. You need to make a decision based upon somebody that eats some pizza or something. I haven't had pizza in like 5 years. 5 years? All right. Well, I succeed with my YouTube channel. Catherine Home, hey, you started a YouTube channel? Let's go to your channel and check it out. You subscribe to Divination. See, Divination is so awesome. You subscribe to Kitten Waits and Tarot too, one of my favorites. I don't see any videos. Did you post any videos? I don't know. But Catherine, I went to your site. It looks nice. Let's see, what's succeed in the YouTube channel? Let's find out about that. So let's see, KH wants to know, will I make a nice YouTube channel? I wonder how the typing sounds. I'm going to go back and listen to this and see what the typing sounds like on this new mic. Anyway, Emma, thanks for joining me. Refinement Alston, hello, thanks for joining me. Valentina, it's good to see you. Brittany Shortlift has an unborn baby. Oh, how exciting. And Madeline, hello, how's it going? Mary H, welcome as well. Hopefully your health gets better. All right, let's find out right now about Catherine Home has a YouTube channel, and we'll try to figure that out, if that is going to be successful or not. I hope so, Catherine. You don't have any videos yet, but I am going to subscribe to you right after this and watch for your videos. If you have any tarot decks on there, I'm going to put them on the news and get you a little bit of traffic. All right, we'll do just a quick little reading for a quick YouTube type thing. Anyway, so Catherine Holmes wants to know about the YouTube channel. Let's see. So Page of Cups. I think this is going to be something you have to put a lot of time into. I think you're going to sort of start lightly, start casually with it, and don't try to just overwhelm yourself with work. Basically is what the Page of Cups moving into the Magician is saying. So that's sort of the thing to where you just need to relax, put some videos up, and find that space to where you're comfortable. Find the space to where you're comfortable making videos. A lot of times, like I make sometimes like 5 videos a day or 4 videos a day. By the way, if you want to see those 4 videos a day, hit that subscribe button and the little bell too. I have a lot of videos, lots and lots of videos. So just do it where it's comfortable. You need to find the space where it's comfortable for you. Some people make videos once a week. That's what they do. They make one video a week. That's their comfort zone, right? My comfort zone is basically whenever I have something I want to say, I just say it and post a video up, and that's my comfort zone. So Page of Cups find out where your comfort zone is so you don't overwhelm yourself and it becomes like a second job, where you're just like, oh God, and you start hating it because it's literally a second job. So be careful with that, and be careful with that approach. The magician says, post what you know, or post what you love. Post what's passionate to you. So when I made my first videos, I basically did tarot readings for people because I wanted to get better. I wanted to learn the feel of it. And that was where I was comfortable with. And then I made my own tarot system, and I created my own system out of nothing. I basically said, okay, I want to do something with tarot, but I don't want people to memorize 78 big pages of text just to read a card. So I made a system of movie spreads, and that's my most popular video, which is the complete tarot course, right? So find what's comfortable and passionate for you and put it out there, and hopefully people will resonate to it, and I think you'll be greatly successful. As long as you're passionate, people understand that, right? So I'm passionate about tarot. You can hear in the news, I'm just all excited. You can hear on the news program, I'm just like freaking out half the time. I'm like, this is so cool. I'm back in this project. It's so cool. That comes across on the video. No, it's impossible to hide your excitement or your malaise, I guess, as far as that goes. So just what you're passionate about, do it. And people will hear the passion. People love your passion. They'll love it. They'll love you and love your passion. And that's going to bring people in. I mean, that's just my personal opinion on that. Okay, so Madeline, I got a strange call on the 3rd from a former colleague. I had someone ask about a baby. Hey, HX Shimzy, it's so good to see you. Welcome. And Sage Advice Shared, it's good to see you as well. Sage Advice Shared says, thanks for turning me on to Taroko Studio. Yes, that place is so cool. It is very difficult to go to their site and just not drop a paycheck. Taroko Studio, it's hard just to not drop a paycheck on there. Deborah, hello. How's it going? It's so good to see you. By the way, I got a new microphone today, so let me know if I sound okay. I did a couple of test recordings, and it came out okay. All right, let's see. My unborn baby. How exciting is that? That is so cool. That is so cool. Brittany wants to know. Let's see. Britt wants to know, 12 weeks pregnant. Any info? Let's find out. All right, let's do our traditional traditional system of predicting the sex of the baby. So 12 weeks, I assume that you don't know. I don't know. Do you know yet? Do you know if it's a boy or a girl yet? Let us know. If you do know, then it's kind of useless for me to predict it. But let us know if you know it. So we'll pull some cards and find out how it goes here. All right, and congratulations, by the way. That is the most exciting thing ever. All right, let's find out about that. Pull a few extra. By the way, Larry says the new deck today from Taroko is beautiful. Did you read by picture or feelings? Oh yeah, it's gorgeous. I just get a combination, I guess. I get a combination. So this is freaking out a little bit because it's the color of my green screen a bit, but that's good. All right. Hello, everyone. Sid, welcome. How's it going? All right. So if we're predicting a boy or a girl, I would say boy. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see. Is Brittany still in the chat? Armoni, hello. And Asso, how's it going? The traditional method that I use, just personally, is to pull a bunch of cards until you find the first court card. And to find the first court card is a boy or a girl. Basically, it looks like a boy. So here we go. Want some additional info on that? Judgment. I think that, let's see, we'll sort of look into the future here. No, I don't. Okay, I predict a boy. Let me know if I'm right. Brittany, come back in. Come back in. Haven't seen you before, so you may be new. Hit subscribe button and make sure to come back in and let us know if it's a boy. I predict a boy. Lovers, Ten of Swords, all this stuff going on. Seducing L, Juicy Peach. That's right, the seductress Juicy Peach. I mean, with a name like Juicy Peach, I sort of think of you as the seductress, but you know, Juicy is busy seducing L. And we need to find out how that's going. Juicy, thank you so much for your donation. We'll get to you right after the pregnancy. Gracia, hello, how's it going? And Moon Moth Goddess, welcome. Judgment. I think that this is going to be a good pregnancy. I think the pregnancy is going to go well. I don't see any complications. I don't see anything big happening as far as complications or anything bad, right? We have the Judgment. We have the Nine of Cups. I predict it's a boy. I predict everything is going to be great. I predict Judgment is going to be fine. Everything in the hospital is going to be okay. And as you sort of progress through the pregnancy, everything is going to be fine and as well. Deborah, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. Seven of Wands, the Lovers, and the Ten of Swords. Where we're sort of going with this, especially since the Ten of Swords is negative, you don't really have a negative reading for a baby, right? So we're looking at how we sort of translate this into the pregnancy and how everything's going to go. The Seven of Wands, I do think that as they sort of grow up, they're going to need maybe a bit more attention in school. I think it's one of the things they're going to get really bored in school really fast. I think that they will be successful in school. However, they're going to have some challenges when it comes to school. So as you sort of introduce them into that realm and stuff like that, you're going to sort of need to assist somewhat with that and need to assist with their schooling and obviously stuff like that. But I mean, pay a little more attention to it or be a little more attentive to that particular aspect of their life, because it is going to be something they're going to have some issues with and you're going to have to help them along. But with help, I think that they'll be okay. Seven of Wands points to that, a bit of that action or a bit of that needing to go through the action and whatnot of the schooling. Lovers, I think they're going to have a lot of different types of relationships, maybe some unusual relationships, and that's, you know, that's cool. I think they'll be involved in relationships a bit earlier than maybe than you expect, but you know, that's the way it goes. But that's going to be good. It's going to be something that you can look forward to sort of as they grow up and as the things sort of progress as far as that's concerned as well. It does also look like that when they're sort of growing up, they're sort of challenged to find a job. Finding a job is going to be a bit of a painful process, or a bit of a process where sometimes they just don't want to go find a job, or they're just sort of, you know, not in the mood or something like that. It's almost like they just get bored of things easily. Not really ADHD or anything like that, but I mean, people just get bored of certain things easier than other things. And I think with some help and with some attentiveness, I think it'll be all right. But I mean, you know, especially if you're above average intelligence, you just get bored of the mundane, right? You get bored of school, you get bored of work, because this is not something that you're passionate about. It's not something that you're really interested in. It's sort of hard to sort of move through that process and whatnot. But anyway, but I think it'll be all right. I think no problems with pregnancy. I think it'll be a boy, and I think everything will be cool. Just watch the schooling as it goes along. Relationships maybe a little earlier than you expected, and you know, may have to prompt them a bit to go to work and to start into the workforce. Lady, hello, how's it going? Yes, I'm new. Yeah, good to see you, Brittany. By the way, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you sort of hanging out with us today. And Moon Baby, hello, how's it going? All right, so now we get Juicy Peach wants to know about the seduction. JP, I'm seducing. JP, I'm seducing L. All right, let's find out about so Juicy, you have to let us know. You have to let us know how the seduction is going, by the way. How is the seduction going, by the way? She's so Amanda, what a great name. Hello, how's it going? All right, so we are going to read with the traditional seduction deck. What is my traditional seduction deck? I'm thinking it's going to be the Golden Wheel Tarot. The Golden Wheel Tarot. Snowstorm here. Oh no. Yeah, it is cold. I'm in Texas and it's like 25 degrees tonight. It should never be 25 degrees tonight. It should never be 25 degrees in Texas. But it is, and it will be. So yeah, so much for the plants outside. So much for those plants that I had that I'm going to have to bring in. Going to have to bring in because that is a bit chilly for sure. find out about the seductress over here. How is the seductress going? The devil, I think it's going well. Look at that. The devil. So how do you read the devil in a seducing read? How do you read the... I've never done a seducing... Well, no, I've done one seducing read, and that was for Juicy Peach the last time. So how do you do a seduction reading? How do you do that? Well, the devil, I think, is always going to be good news. It's always going to be good news. The devil in the seduction reading is going to be excellent. I think things are progressing okay. They're progressing all right. Dominica, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. All right, you're in sunny Florida. I wish I was in sunny Florida, that's for sure. He petted, okay, Juicy Peach updates us here. He petted my arm because I was wearing a soft sweater and lots of him approaching me, but so far no action. Aw, well, I think the devil, he's being introduced to that prospect. I think he's being introduced to that prospect. Devil's going to be great in a seduction reading. By the way, I'm going to write a book. Everybody on my Patreon, I was asking, what do you think I should work on after this oracle? And they're all saying that I should write a book. So the book is going to contain a lot of your readings, by the way. And Juicy Peach, your reading is going to come in here, and it's going to be on the book. So it's going to be kind of interesting as to how you read that. I think it'll be a fun book. I don't want to write another tarot book. I don't want to write a boring tarot book. I want to write a tarot book about cool stuff. Like, how do you read a pregnancy? How do you read somebody who's asking about, when they're going to die? How do you read somebody asking about seducing Elle, right? And because these type of things really don't come up in normal readings. It's just a fun thing. It's going to be a fun book and stuff like that. Anyway, but again, the devil's good. 7 of Wands. I don't really think that they're ready for the full Monty quite yet. They're not ready for the full Monty quite yet. So, Deborah, you have a great voice. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's the new microphone. The new microphone that's right here, right there. The new microphone helps. 7 of Wands are not ready quite yet. That's a defensive card. We got the wolves. We got the wolves sort of hanging out in the front. He's holding the stick. He's holding the wand. He's a bit defensive on that 7. Not ready quite yet. Think things are going to have to... I think the last time you were seducing Elle, I said things might take a while. Things might be a little bit... it might take a little bit longer than what you expect, but you're just going to have to sort of roll through it. But they are going to be a bit defensive. I don't think they're quite ready for the full Monty. I don't think they're quite ready for the entire Juicy Peach, pun intended, your name, quite yet. So the 6 of Wheels, it is something, I think the last time I told you, it was something to do with work. It was something to do with work. They could have other things going on. They could be worried about, work, or they could be worried about things at work and stuff like that. It could be a situation to where, we get the Fool and Justice later. But this sort of has the potential to blow up in your face in a lot of different respects. Tonight is pun night. Let me reword blow up in your face. This could have the potential to be awkward at work. And that's maybe the one of the things they're concerned about, right? Maybe the one of the things you're concerned about, because you do have a lot of things in the news about the workplace thing, and so sort of maybe relax them a bit, and just be a little more approachable and be, obviously you're going to be all smiles, you're going to be different types of reactions and whatnot, but just sort of take it easy, take it slow. And again, I told you, I think the last time it's going to take a little longer than you expect. So 6 of Wheels sort of responds to that. John, hey, how's it going? You having relationship problems, John? That's not good. That's not good at all. Let's find out about that. We got a couple ahead of you. So yeah, you work together. So yeah, you want to be careful with that. I think they could be a bit nervous because of that. The Fool, I think they do want to go out after work and have a drink, right? The Fool and Justice points to maybe more people involved or things involved to where you can go out with work with other people. Are there opportunities to go out after work for a drink? Maybe you have a party. I know the holidays are sort of over, but maybe you have a party at work. Maybe you go out for stuff and go out with other people, and then you start you start just sort of, talking to them and sort of getting them comfortable with that aspect or anything. But I think it's sort of a cautionary thing about work. They are a bit nervous maybe, and a lot of different things. So go out with other people, get a group, and just have yourself in that group with that person and see if you can continue the seduction from there. And by the way, if you're seducing anybody, Dasani water is the best water to have by far. Look at that. See, look, the love screen, when you move it around, it has hearts. Have you ever seen that before? It's only this particular water that has hearts like that. What is my future giving tarot readings? Jocelyn, welcome. Let's find out about that in just a second. We just did our seduction reading. And now we're going to move on to Deborah. Deborah asks, I don't know what Deborah asked. Deborah, did you have a question? Okay, will my 90-year-old mom and I stay on the house this year or sell? That's a good question. Let's find out. So DV, will mom and I sell house? All right. Will mom and I sell the house and stay in our house this year or sell? All right, let's find out about that and see how that goes. By the way, good luck with the seduction. Seductions are always fun. I've never done one, but, that's because I'm not a very seductive type person. I just go, hey, what's up? And hope for the best. That is my seduction method. I just say, hey, what's up? And then hope for the best. See how it goes from there. Usually you never know. It depends on the situation. But hey, what's up? That's my pickup line there. Hey, what's up? So, sometimes it works, sometimes not so much. You never know until you say, hey, what's up? Okay, let's find out here. It should never be upside down. We are on the Anna K Tarot, by the way. So, let's find out about selling a house or not. Wouldn't mind another card. Find out about this. As far as selling a house, we see stuff like this. As far as staying in a house, selling in a house. Empress says staying at the house. So let me review the question again real quick. Sorry about that. I know we got people online. Stay in our house this year or sell. I mean, I'm seeing staying, right? I'm seeing staying, but having difficulties staying. So I'm assuming you're having financial difficulties or having some financial issues or whatever. And I say that because normally people don't ask, will I stay in a house? Normally you just stay in the house, right? So Captain Obvious here, me being Captain Obvious here, it seems like maybe there's some financial situations or something going on to where you can't stay in the house or you're going to have trouble staying in the house. And I see that reflected by the Empress followed by the Five of Wands. The Empress being a very steady, homely, you're talking about your mom is 90 years old. And by the way, my mom's 90 years old as well, so I understand. The Empress points to the fact that you do want to stay there. You probably will stay there. A lot of indicators that you will stay there as well, right? So followed by the Five of Wands means it may be difficult to stay there. It may be difficult to stay there in a lot of different respects. Basement problems and water. Oh, basements are the worst. I've never heard anything good about a basement other than renting out a basement. And if I'm ever renting, I'm never going into someone's basement. Okay, so water in the basement, you do have some difficulties with that, some Five of Wands. So your issues that are asking about, the issues that are causing this drama are not going away, They're here. I do think that you're going to be able to resolve some of the issues, but not all of the issues. Going into the High Priest, right? Looking at the Hierophant thing and the Taurus thing, looking a lot of factors being maybe an institution could get involved. You could have to ask a bank or something for some money. You could have to ask mortgage company, or a bunch of other different factors could be coming in. And you don't really know sort of what's next with some of that and whatnot. So some different things coming in, maybe a couple of surprises, but it's going to be difficult to hang on to it. But I think it will be possible to hang on to it. I don't see any long-term thing that's going to be a detriment. And the sun sort of points us to that as well, right? The sun is very positive and it sort of reflects a light into the rest of the reading. As far as selling a house, I see absolutely nothing that would indicate a forced sale. Absolutely nothing that would indicate that. I do see issues. Don't think the issues are going away. I do think them getting a little better. I do see maybe you have to go somewhere, contact some type of institution, or contact somebody in authority to get some things resolved. But the 10 of coins at the end really points to a positive outlook and some positive things happening as far as that goes. But I think everything will be okay, basically, is what it's saying, which is good news, But the challenges are not over by far. You're not out of the weeds quite yet, but hopefully you will be soon. Aquarius Owl, hello. It's so good to see you. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're just sort of chilling out here, reading some tarot. I have a new microphone, by the way. Let me know if it sounds okay. My other microphone was the absolute worst, cheapest one you could possibly get. So this is a definite upgrade, Dominica wants to know about, DM wants to know, how will I do this year with money? All right, let's find out about how you're going to do with money and get a money reading out. Get a money reading out going over here. Deborah says, thank you. Sure, no problem. Larry, how do I get your instructional videos? Go and hit subscribe. I have 600 videos. And also, if you're interested in the Echoes of Nature deck, we're on the final countdown. If you like these pictures, if you like these cards, you can get these. We have 72 of them. 72 cards in an Oracle deck, all of which are optimized for just looking good. And these are all paintings. These are all paintings and drawings that I did. That's available on Kickstarter right now, but it's closing out here in a couple of weeks. So let's find out about how will you do with money. What is a good money thing? There's something flying over here. We'll do the This Might Hurt Tarot, because Sid said that Sid wanted the This Might Hurt Tarot. So we're going to have to do the This Might Hurt Tarot, because you know Sid's waiting for it. You know Sid is waiting for it. So we need to do it right now. Sid's like, where is my tarot deck, the This Might Hurt Tarot? All right, like and subscribe. Thank you so much, Sid. Sid, you're always appreciated. I greatly thank you very much for hanging out and doing the moderator thing there. All right, where am I going to put this? I have no room. I'm going to give you a tour, by the way, of this space coming up, and you will see that this place is quite cramped. Quite cramped indeed, but I have a lot of stuff around here. Queen of Pentacles, that's interesting. Okay, so what are we doing here? How will I do this year with money? I see no money cards. I see no money cards except the Queen of Pentacles. This year with money, it almost seems like it's going to be the same as last year. I hate to say that. When I do a money reading, I want to say that you're going to win the lottery. I want to say that you're going to get like this big inheritance. You know, you're going to do a lot of these different things. But what I'm seeing here is sort of maybe a bit of more opportunity with money, maybe a few opportunities, or maybe some things that you can sort of chase for a bit of side money. Also, maybe a reduction of the outgoing money. In other words, maybe paying stuff off, having the opportunity to do some of that. As far as a big surplus of money or a big change of income, a big change of money, I really don't see that within here. So let's sort of we'll sort of go through what we do see and find out how this is going. The world, again, I'm talking about maybe some opportunities for side money, right? Maybe some opportunities for side money. Some opportunities to where you can earn a little bit extra on the side. You have a couple of extra opportunities that are going to sort of come up. The world and the Hanged Man, right? That difference of view or that new idea or something like that. So you have some original ideas. You have some things that you think could earn a bit of side money coming in. Is it going to be a ton? Is it going to be a ton? No, but I do believe it's going to give you an opportunity to sort of catch up. And catching up seems to be the sort of the feel of 2020. Catching up seems to be the feel. In other words, paying off some things or getting some things knocked out, or getting some things taken care of that haven't been taken care of yet. So, Adam, thank you so much and welcome to the channel. Attached to non-attachment. I greatly appreciate your donation. We will do that in just a minute. By the way, somebody's asking about the list, and there is no list. There is no list. We donations take priority, and then I pick at random. We have so many donations today. I probably won't be picking anybody at random until tomorrow. We're here every night, so. But I do see maybe an outgoing money stabilization or things stabilizing a bit. Again, I don't see any big surplus. A couple of ideas that you have, that hang demand, that great idea, that great new experience. The Queen of Pentacles upside down being the last card again points me to, you know, sort of the same situation or sort of a continuation of the situation. It's going to be a while. I mean, it's going to be something you're going to need to sort of work at and work towards as far as that's concerned. I really wish that we had some cards that maybe the 10 of Pentacles, or maybe, you know, some big, the 6 of Pentacles would have been fantastic, right? Some income, sort of new income source or something like that. But all I see is a couple of different opportunities and sort of a lot of the same old, but, you know, paying off some things, reducing the outgoing money could be beneficial as far as the reading is concerned, as far as the cards say. So, all right. So John wants to know, let's say John, JK doesn't stand for just kidding. Having relationship issues. Is it over? Okay, well, you know, never make relationship advice based upon some random dude reading tarot on the internet. But we're going to pull some cards and find out. Right. For this one, I think we're going to do a bigger screen. We're going to do a bigger screen. I think we're going to do the green screen. Find the green screen action right here. Need to move around some things for the green screen. By the way, if you haven't been here before, I do have a green screen set up that I painted myself. Isn't that frightening? I painted it myself. I actually went and searched for a green screen. I went a couple of places and nobody had it. And I was like, I need a green screen. And they're like, I don't have that. So I made my own. I got a piece of foam board from Hobby Lobby and I painted it green. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm not saying it's like the greatest thing ever, but it's decent. So we use the Thoth for this. By the way, when it has nothing on it, it kind of freaks out. Hey, how does everything work? How does everything work? Hopefully it works good. Your part, so is it over? So we have the breakup spread, by the way. We have the breakup spread, and we're using the mini Thoth. This is actually the full-sized Thoth, but once it's trimmed, it becomes the mini Thoth. So this is a spread, and I call this spread the breakup spread, the breakup spread. So we need to know, is it over? Is it over is going to be an important thing to find out in this particular situation. John, I hope it's not over, by the way. Space Odyssey, hey, how's it going? Your part, it looks like that you did quite a bit to make this work. It looks like you did quite a bit to make this work. Man, that is a weird card to have there, isn't it? So what was your part with the breakup, or what was your part with the issues? It's almost like you're trying to make this work. You're trying to work through this. You're trying to get things settled, and that seems to be a bit difficult. It almost seems like the person is sort of made up their mind that not really that you're the problem, but they made up their mind as far as, you know, where they want to go with this. So it seems like they're on a path. They're on a path, and you've been working to get this resolved. You've been working to try to fix this, and a lot of the times with that, it's going to be difficult when the other person doesn't want to negotiate, when they doesn't want to work with you. When people don't want to work with you, that's really hard, right? That's really hard. Their part, it's almost like they're emotionally disconnected, right? You have their part place, and we have the smooth rider, or we have the suave kind of rider here, sort of riding on top of the water, not in the water, right? When he could be in the water. And that's one of the things where you're disconnected from your emotions, or you're emotionally disconnected. You're not really in tune with a lot of things. So their part is just not being in tune, not really working to be in tune with your needs, not really working to be in tune with a relationship, and letting emotions sort of separate, and letting emotions a bit of a separation with that as well. And it seems that's where they're going with this, right? That's where they're going as far as emotional separation. What you and they can do, what you can do, domain. it seems like that you sort of have to put your foot down in a lot of different ways, right? You're looking at that cross between the two fire aspects, and she's going to be fiery, you're going to be fiery, and the crossing of those usually leads to stabilization. But in this particular case, it's upside down. We're looking at an unstable relationship, or an unstable domain, or an unstable sort of place where you're going. So it seems to be getting unstable, more unstable as it goes, right? What they can do, it seems like she's already chopped the head off. If you haven't seen this card before, it seems like she's already chopped the head off. Can I zoom? Oh, I'm going to mess up my zoom. Anyway, but you can see it. She's holding a head. So she's sort of mentally disconnected, or mentally not only not in tune, but sort of disconnected from her emotions, disconnected from the whole thing. It seems not only is she pulling away, I mean, she looks like she's purposefully pulling away as far as that is concerned. Other influences being the home. Now that is extremely interesting. John, you can explain this. What does other influences being her castle or your castle? It's almost like that maybe there's a disruption in the home, or this disagreement about where people should be, or there's a disagreement about the house or the home. Again, we're looking at that particular card, which points to that castle type thing, or that stability of the earthly elements of the coins, but it's not stable. It's upside down. It's not upside down. It's not stable. There seems to be some disagreement, and that is the other influence. It seems something with a home is really sort of kicking into this. Can it be saved? Strength points to maybe, but you'll notice that it is right side up. Can it be saved? Yes, basically, yes. With all of this other stuff, I would say no. With all this other stuff, I would say no, especially with the other influences being some weird thing up there. But the strength being right side up points to maybe. And I think that's one of the things that you can look at. Is it worth saving? We have the sword penetrating Kether, the Kabbalah tree. It's going to take communication. It's going to take some agreement with communication, and I don't think that may happen with all of these other influences up here. If the communication is not going to be possible, if you can't communicate, it's just going to sort of go more downhill than it currently is. And it sounds like it's already sort of downhill. So, I mean, a lot of different factors. Let us know what the home. I'm kind of curious what the castle and the home influence is, and why that is another influence. I think you could explain that. Maybe find out. It's almost like maybe they want to live someplace else, or they don't want a house, or they do want a house, or something to that effect. But anyway, we'll get out of this screen and go back to the standard zoomed in screen. Good luck with all of that. Sorry about that. All right, so let's find out about the next question. And the next question, having relationship problems. I hope it isn't over, though. It's never good. I don't know. Sometimes it's good when a relationship ends, but for the most part, not so much. What is my future giving tarot readings? Jocelyn wants to know. Let's find out. JK to JR. What is my future giving tarot readings? There is a bug flying around here. I think it's the same bug that was here the past few days, too. It's really annoying. All right, I know people are asking about the list. There is no list. Donations take priority, of course, and then I pick at random, but tonight is very busy, so probably not going to get to the random part, but we're here every night. If you do need a private reading, I'm extremely reasonable, $30 for 20 minutes. Email me over there. Some people just like a private reading. They want to ask questions. They want to follow up stuff. They want to learn more. Libra, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. So what is the Libra cusp? Did you have some issues with the Libra cusp? I'm not really sure. Libra's a pretty good sign. Maybe it was in like a weird house, the 12th house or something. So find out about Jocelyn and the tarot readings. For this one, we're actually going to use the Big Thoth. We're going to go the Big Thoth. Find out about the tarot readings, because you need to have Thoth when you talk about tarot. For sure. Yep. JR, good luck with the tarot readings indeed. Hopefully that works out. Tarot reading is always fun. It's always fun. Sometimes challenging for sure. You'll get some unusual questions and whatnot. But yeah, let's find out about that. So, tarot reading. Movement. I don't think it's going to be something to where you're going to be able to. That chariot is really weird. In the Aeon before it is really weird. This is unusual. I think it's a moneymaker for you, but it's going to take time. I think it's a moneymaker, but it's a slow roll. It is a slow roll. It's going to be something to where you're going to need to do some work and you're going to have a lot of difficulty as far as sort of getting in tune with some people. I think that you have challenging readings or challenging people that you read for. I think that once you sort of go out and find, the tarot and you sort of get comfortable with doing readings and you start practicing, I think you're going to find that you have a weakness in a couple of different reading styles. In other words, you have different styles of reading, right? Or different questions. You have a relationship question, a work question. Pretty much those two cover 90% of it, right? And then you have the extra questions and whatnot. I think you're going to find a little bit of difficulty reading in some of those realms. It's going to be something where your intuition shuts down, and it's sort of going to be difficult in a lot of aspects to get that through, right? You're going to be able to do it, but it's going to take some practice. So I think as far as your future of giving tarot readings, find your weakness. Find those things that really make you nervous, or things that that sort of make you unsure of yourself and make your intuition shut down, and get it and get through that and sort of push through that and into a better space. And I think that's really going to help build your confidence, whatever. Julianne, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. We'll get to your reading. We got 3 ahead of you, I think. But find your weakness. Don't lean on your strength. And there's a lot of different aspects of that, right? When I was doing martial arts forever, I did martial arts for like 11 years. When I did martial arts, that was one of the things that we were taught, is to find your weakness. So if you're good at this particular style, or you're good at this particular move, don't lean on it. Don't lean on it and search for only that. Search for only that with your martial arts. Find your weakness and then make it better or improve it to where it's as good, so you don't really have that. And that's going to be one of the struggles, or one of the main focuses that you're going to have as far as giving tarot readings. And you also have different realms of tarot readings. That's where the chariot is pointing to. The different realms mean you have online readings to where you just type it, right? So you type it up. Then you have phone readings, or internet readings to where you're actually talking to people in real time and you get feedback. And then you have personal or in-person readings. And the chariot says that you need to move into all of those spaces and try all of those spaces to get better and to improve and to sort of, rock the house, because a personal reading is totally different than a typed reading or a phone or anything else, because people have eye contact and then they'll have a reaction to what you say. And sometimes the reaction is bad and they're like, oh, their reaction was terrible. Am I totally off? And you get nervous, right? And so do one of each. Do all of the realms and make sure you cover them all. And that's going to make you the confidence build, right? You're building that confidence as you sort of go along with that stuff too. But I think it'll work out. I think it's a moneymaker for you. But again, it's going to be a slow roll, and it's going to be something you sort of have to work at a bit, as far as a lot of different things. So your future giving tarot readings is promising. Just make sure you get that wide gamut of different reading styles, and also find your weakness, and once you find it, obliterate it, right? Go at it like the Avengers. But Jocelyn, I think you'll be okay. I want a tarot reading from you, in fact. All right, Adam Crow. I need a tarot reading about something. I don't know. Well, okay. Well, lust and repulsion. Middle path. All right. So this is an unusual question. Adam Crow wants to know, my willingness to engage in life fluctuates between 2 extremes, lust and repulsion. I want to find the middle path, bringing peace to myself and others, attached to a non-attachment. Let's find out. Let's find out for AC about the lust versus repulsion. You want to find a middle ground. That makes sense. What is a good lust deck? I think it is going to be the Art Revival Tarot. The Art Revival Tarot would be an excellent one for this. This needs to be shuffled pretty badly. Pretty badly. All right. I have small little baby hands, so I'm going to try to shuffle this the best I can. And wow, that is a stretch. And it's right near my microphone, so I bet that sounded terrible. All right. Let's find out about lust versus repulsion and finding that middle ground. This is a good deck to use for anything. I love this deck, by the way. I picked up this deck, and I'm so happy with it. This could be my favorite deck other than the Thoth. I know that's a bold statement. I realize that's a bold statement, but my God, look at the cards. That is so pretty. The color correction they did on these artworks is just amazing. It's just amazing. Okay, lust. The Five of Cups. Speaking of lust versus repulsion, the Five of Cups. Very, very dissatisfied, very, very repulsed as far as this goes, right? The King of Wands, he's sort of looking over at that repulsion. I think finding the middle ground between lust and repulsion is going to involve understanding repulsion better. Understanding repulsion better. That's something that you're going to have to come to terms with or come to grips with in a lot of different respects, because he's looking over at this. And the Five of Cups, again, points to that repulsion. It's going to be a factor of understanding that and learning from that and not being offended by it or not embracing it. I think you need to, a lot of people will just embrace lust, right? They like lust. Lust is understood. Lust is good. And then when you feel repulsion or when you feel negative side, you're sort of, I need to get rid of that because it's negative, right? I need to get rid of that because it's negative. Is that George Washington? Sid wants to know. I don't know. George Washington is interested in repulsion for sure. So you need to understand that aspect of yourself and come to grips with it, and don't see it as a negative. See it as a part of yourself. Don't try to remove it. Don't try to get rid of it. Getting rid of it leaves you with a gaping hole between lust and repulsion where you're not going to find that middle ground, because now you're sort of, the more you get away from lust, the more you get into normal, you're sort of, not having those feelings, and you're sort of almost not happy with a part of yourself. So be happy with all of yourself. Don't be disappointed or don't feel that that's a negative part. It's a part of all of our experiences. Repulsion is part of all of us. As far as lust goes, we sort of represent that with the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups, again, between these two, have the King of Wands. And that means to sort of take that action to find the middle ground, or take that action to discover the different parts of yourself and feel like that you can learn from your experiences instead of removing the bad experiences or not learning from the experiences. You can sort of go forward with that and find that middle ground. I don't think it's going to be a big problem. I don't think finding the middle path is going to be a big problem for you. I think you already know where it is. It's just a matter of chasing that and dealing with that and dealing with those things and not trying to, repress them or not trying to suppress them out of your consciousness, but to embrace them and learn from your feelings and learn from your emotions and let your emotions be a part of you, but just go to that middle ground, because obviously you've been to that middle ground. Maybe it's not somewhere you're there all the time, but you can get there more and more frequently as you understand yourself better and as you sort of move through those spaces. Again, the King of Coins points to you have a lot of different people that are involved with this as well, right? We have 3 different court cards, which is interesting. I did pick randomly out of the deck, but we have 3 different court cards. It points to the other people involved as well. Just make sure the other people aren't negatively affected from any of this, right? As you sort of search this path, make sure you're not hurting other people and make sure you're not negatively affecting anyone as you find the middle ground, or as you find these different aspects of yourself. So I think that everything will be okay. Finding the middle path, again, I think you've been there. You know where it is. You may not walk that path. You may not be there all the time, but I think it's possible to get there more often as you sort of learn and experience. And again, just watch out for other people. Make sure that you're not negatively affecting anyone during the journey. I think the journey will be okay and all that. All right, so let's find out. But thank you for your donation, by the way. Greatly appreciate it. That was Adam Crow, by the way. Bringing myself to peace and others as well. Yeah, I think you can do that. I think it's possible to do that. It's just a matter of work, and it's a matter of understanding yourself and not being resistant to the negative emotions. Everybody has them. Don't feel bad about having them, Let's see. Stephen S. post on FB about me. So is Stephen's post about me? Libra Cusp wants to know if this person's post is about that. Person's relates to the relationship with ego in the world. Yep. Okay. So we need to find out. I think the dragon one would actually be good. I moved screens, and now I don't have my little icons for these things on it. So I need to update my screens. I need to update my screens and fix that. So I need to optimize a bit of my screens in order to get this fixed and find out, by the way, about Steven's post on Facebook. Was it about you? I assume it was about somebody, but was it about you? Let's find out. 5 of Cups, 10 of Cups, 3 of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Emperor. It appears yes. That would be a yes. That is about you. So let's find out a little more. Go through the cards and sort of sneak up on the meanings. So the 5 of Cups. I don't think Stephen's in a good place, right? We had the 5 of Cups in the last reading as well. So it's an interesting card. Basically, it's just that emotional dissatisfaction. There's a bunch of things going on that they're not satisfied about. And they're sort of airing out their grievances at this point, right? Airing out their grievances on Facebook. Not the best place. Not a best place to air out your grievances, by the way. But yeah, they're a bit upset about many things. A lot of people are sort of, giving them grief or giving them some problems and whatnot. It's just sort of that dissatisfaction. So they're trying to find a better place or a more emotional, stable place as far as that's concerned too. And sort of reaching out and getting that feedback, right? Because social media will give you very fast feedback as far as something. So they posted, I guess, something about you, and they're just sort of dissatisfied about it, and they're not very happy about it. And they think that this is going to get them where they want to be, which is, back into the fold, or getting that social feedback from your friends, right? Social feedback from your friends. So they're trying to affirm that their opinion is right, and their opinion is probably not right, as we point to the 3 of Wands. So I think their opinion is a bit too out there, or a bit too aggressive or assertive in a lot of different ways with the 3 of Wands. So, their opinion maybe doesn't matter. I don't know who S is or Stephen is, but their opinion is probably not correct. And if it was something hurtful about you, it guaranteed it wasn't correct. So the 3 of Wands are pointing out stuff to try to get that reaction, or try to get the reaction not only from their friends, but from you as well. So the Hanged Man upside down, again, points me to their opinion is not right. Or, well, not friends, but right. But you know what I'm saying. They're trying to get satisfaction from it. Their opinion is not correct. The Hanged Man upside down points to they have just a bad view of the situation. Their opinion is a bit over dramatic maybe, but it doesn't seem to be on the right path, and it's not conducive to forming any sort of peace, right? It's not conducive to being peaceful, or it's not conducive to being socially good. Does that make sense? It doesn't get anywhere good. Let me say that. It doesn't go anywhere good, and you sort of need to do that, especially if you have somebody else that maybe is bothering you or something like that. You just hit ignore on them, or just move on with them. But this person really hasn't done that, and they need to do that. And this is not acceptable in a lot of different ways. So the Emperor, I think that, I don't know what the Emperor even means there. The Emperor means that there's somebody else involved. And the Emperor means somebody else involved that'll sort of tell them to chill out, basically. I think somebody's in line to tell them, why don't you just calm down with that, or just chill out with that. That's not really that important. Basically, the Emperor says that. But by the way, this is entertainment purposes only. Please don't do anything on Facebook or social media or in real life based upon some random dude on the internet reading a dragon card. Reading a dragon card on YouTube. Use your better judgment. Right. Okay. Trying to get attention in their words. Yeah, Judith wraps it up nice. They're trying to get your attention, in other words. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, basically. But again, a lot of posts on Facebook as well, they just want to be reaffirmed that they're right. And they're not right. I mean, the hanged man upside down means their view is skewed. Their view is negative. Their view is not exactly something that's conducive to getting peace. And getting peace is sort of what you want, especially if something happened or, you know, you have some drama around you. You sort of want to find that peace. You don't want to have that go on for a long time because that's negative. You know, I had negative feelings all the time. You end up with an ulcer. Lost my job 3 weeks ago and applied for new. All right, and we're sort of wrapping up here, by the way. So we're going to put on the ending soon. We'll be ending soon. Julianne, thank you so much for your donation, by the way. The Dexman, no, he's right. Okay, cool. So I'm sorry to hear you lost your job, and I'm happy to hear that you're applying for a new one. So yeah. So Lieber says I broke his heart. Well, dude's got to move on, right? You got to move on. So they're not ready to move on. But again, the emperor says that somebody's going to come to them and say, hey, you know, you got to chill out. Why don't you go find somebody else? Why don't you move on? So I think somebody is up to sort of telling them to chill out, you know, calm down a little bit. It's not that big of a deal. Let's move on with life. It's where we're sort of pointing with that. By the way, for this one, what would be fantastic, by the way, would be the Dark Mansion Tarot. I need to fix it. I know people are wanting to see the Dark Mansion Tarot graphic, and they're going to ask me what deck this was, because this is an amazing deck, by the way, and I need to fix that. So I have different scenes in the software, and I made this scene up close. Because if you go over here, now it's not up close, and you don't get that beautiful up closeness. But over here is where I have the decks. So when I say Dark Mansion Tarot, and I click this right here, where is it? Well, this is awkward. I know I had it. Okay, well anyway, I guess you're not going to see it either way. Here it is, the Dark Mansion Tarot. But I figured that all of you would want to see the deck up close, and that's why I changed another perspective. I'm getting too detailed. Anyway, I'll fix it. Let's go back. All right. I'll fix it tomorrow. It'll be all set tomorrow, and you can see nice up and close with all of that stuff. Okay. So, lost your job 3 weeks ago. Sorry to hear that. That's terrible. Ace of Swords means you have job opportunities. You're looking for a new job. We are looking for a new job. It is looking for a new job. As far as finding the new job immediately, it looks like it may be delayed. We have the Ten of Swords, a bit of a delay with the new job. I think some of the jobs that you're applying for that you really, really, really want, you may not get. But that's not bad news because we have the Queen of Swords next. I think that you have a female manager at a job that either you applied for or you haven't applied for yet, but it's not the one that you want. It's not that main job, because we're sort of truly looking at jobs, and we're sort of looking into jobs. We have our favorites, right? We have our favorites. This one, I love this job. If I could get this job, my life would be complete, and I'm so excited. You may not get that one. The Ten of Swords points us to a bit of the negative within the job search. And again, you may not get that one that you're really, really excited about. It doesn't mean you're not going to get a job, because I do see you getting a job. The Queen of Swords, I do think you have sort of some feelers out with some different employers or with some different companies that are going to get you a job. I do see a female manager sort of looking through your resume or looking through your application and thinking, this is definitely somebody I want to talk to. Definitely somebody I want to sort of look at and get and find out more about them. So I think that she's going to call you in for an interview, and I think the interview is going to go really, really well. Is this a long-term job? Is this going to be the career that you're going to have for the rest of your life? The Five of Cups points to maybe not. Again, when you go into the interviews, you probably want to look around. It's one of the things that nobody does when they go to the interview, but you have to do. Look around to the other people in there and find out, are they happy? Are they content? Are they excited? Are they miserable? How does everybody look as you're sort of walking and weaving through the cubicles or weaving through the areas to get to the interview room? How does everybody look? That's going to be important to you. The Five of Cups says you need to watch out for that or beware of that. If you sense anything negative, if everyone looks like that they're in prison or something, if you have a job in prison, if you have a job at a prison, they're obviously going to look like they're in prison. But other than that, if they look terrible, miserable, and everybody across the whole floor looks that way, you may want to rethink, do you want that particular thing? So the Five of Cups is telling us to watch out for those negative situations and make sure that you sort of screen them just as much as they're screening you, right? Not verbally, but just looking around and scanning the area and finding out if there's any gotchas anywhere within that, because you definitely want to avoid that. But we do have a couple of negative cards. I don't think it's overall a negative situation. I think that you will get a job. I think we're moving forward. You do have somebody that's interested in you, bring you in for an interview. I think the interview is going to go quite well. But again, beware and make sure that you are scanning them just as well as they're scanning you. Again, not verbally, don't, bombard them with questions, but you can obviously look around, research a company online, find out maybe from people, if you know anybody that has worked there or you're being referred to from friends, find out what they think, etc. And overall, I think you'll be okay. But the Ace of Swords being a starting out card for looking for a job is excellent. It means you have good opportunities. It means you have a lot of different opportunities, and it's going to be a scanning process. Maybe it's not going to be the fastest thing in the world, and maybe the job that you're really, really, really itching for may not work out. So just be prepared for that, and don't let that get you down, because I think you have a bunch of positive things working for you. Anyway, thank you so much for your donation again, and that is the end of the stream. I greatly appreciate everyone being here. By the way, the Echoes of Nature Oracle is wrapping up. We got a couple more weeks before that's completely shut off. So if you're interested in beautiful cards, check me out and see if this is something that you'd be interested in reading yourself. If you're a reader, a tarot reader, an oracle reader, these are some pretty attractive cards that you can sort of get a lot of intuition from. Anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. And again, I'll be here every single night. Come back and we'll see you then.